we are going to discuss about arrays. As we know, arrays are aggregate homogeneous types of data. That means we contain similar data in them. Okay, suppose if you declare a variable, array variable, if you declare it as string array variable, you can hold only strings in that. Similarly, if you declare them as integers, you can hold only integers in that. And to access the members of the array, you need to use actually index. Index is nothing but actually something offset from 0. Very first offset is 0, next one is 1, next one is 2, next one is 3, like that, length minus 1. There are important methods like actually length. With the help of that, we can find how many elements are in that. Similarly, we have here getLength method. So using getLength method, given index, given dimensions, length you can find. That means how many elements are there in the given dimension. This is useful particularly when you go with the multi-dimensional arrays, either one-dimensional or more than one-dimensional. Okay, so one-dimensional or two-dimensional. Okay. So to declare an array, we need to follow this kind of syntax. First of all, we require here data type, followed by empty set of square brackets. Then here, variable name. This equal to here, new. This is data type. Okay. And here we specify the length. Length must be integer type. Like this, you can declare one-dimensional array. Arrays can be one-dimensional or they can be multiple dimensions. When you have one dimension, you can think it as just one row with multiple columns. Okay, it is one row with multiple columns. But when you go with two-dimensional, you can have multiple rows. Each and every row contain multiple columns. Okay, so suppose you want to go with a two-dimensional array. Like this, you can declare data type, followed by here, you can specify a comma. Okay, you need to specify in between a comma, then followed by here, variable name, then this equal to here, new, followed by here, data type. Then you can specify here length, something like m comma n, you can specify like this. So this is called as a two-dimensional array. In the same manner, you can go with the multiple dimensions as well. So when you type like this, this is going to contain m rows. In every row, you have n number of columns. In the C, how you define array? In the same manner, you can define the array in the C++ or in the C# or in the Java. So we are dealing with the C#. So therefore, in the same manner, how you define in the C language, in the same manner you define, except here we use after data type, you take square brackets. If it is two-dimensional, in between them you require a comma. If it is one-dimensional, you don't require anything. So like this, we declare here a array variable. So first array variable this is, and this is here second array variable. We have here two arrays. Okay, similarly, yeah, you have in this case two arrays. Suppose you go here with the first one, variable name 1, we take here, variable name 2, we take. Suppose you take here variable name 1, then dot, when you say length, okay, it gives you how much length, whatever you give, it's going to give that. How much is specified, it gives that much. But here, when you go with the variable 2 dot length, it should give you here, yeah, I mean variable 2 dot length. When you give here like this, it's going to give you m into n rows. Okay, m into n here, n rows multiplied with here n columns. Like this, you get m into n. Like this, you have here the number of elements. So when you go here, total number of elements are going to be multiplied with n. But in the one-dimensional array, it is just only length. Like this, you can find the number of elements in the given array. Okay, now let us try to implement the arrays in this. Just a minute. Okay. So let us implement arrays now. Okay. Okay. So this is going to be m into n. M multiplied with n, we have like this. So next thing here, okay, let us implement actually arrays in this now. So go with this and try to add here a new item. This item name is here. Okay, so we go here with a new class. We call this as array implementation. We call this as here array implementation. Then try to add this here. Now this is public class array implementation, and we put here one main method inside this public and static void main. Here it is string. Okay, args. Here we need to go with defining the array. So array we define in this manner. First of all, let us go with integer array, int. Then here we write nums equal to, here in this we can write in this manner. Constant values you can take here. So go with 3, then 6, then 8, then 9, then 2, then 5 here. Like this, we go with certain numbers. Okay, this is, we are writing certain numbers here. So this is exactly the array. We are initializing this with the constant values. How many number of values you have here with the same length this is going to be. Here total you have 7. The length of this is going to be here 7 for us. So here try to print in this manner. Okay, here you take it, then try to print this way. Console dot write line. Okay, console dot write line. Then here I try to print them. Length I want to print here. Nums dot followed by, the length is not a method, this is a property. So using this property I want to print here. So length here this is. It should print actually 7 for us. Try to run here this one. So how much we get result? Let us see. Okay, so this is wrong one actually for us. We need to go here with the so let us stop the breakpoint here. Then go to project. In the project, let us take actually the array implementation as the startup object. So here it is array implementation main method. So that we are going to take in this. Okay, then here once again try to run this here. Debug, start debugging. So what it says here, 7 it is saying here. The length is 7 for us. Number of elements are 7 in this. We are using only one particular function in this, one particular output statement, console.writeLine, nums.length. It is printing for us actually. How much it's printing for us? It's printing it has 7. In the same manner, you can go with console dot, then here writeLine. Okay, then here we go, try to print in this nums dot here you have a function called get length. Okay, you can go here with the get length. With the help of that also we can find here get length. Then here we need to give 0 dimension. That means what? This also is going to give you 7. Okay, because this is the first dimension. This is also printing for us 7. So length and get 11 is going to be same. Now let us go here with the another array, integer. Then we try to declare an array in this manner. Num or numbers is equal to here new, here it is int, then this is 4 comma 5. Like this we try to declare. So total number of elements must be 20 in this. Number of elements are going to be 20 in this. Because 4 into 5, we need to print it as 20. Okay, so this has to be total 20 we have to get when you go with the length. So how we are declaring this? This is an integer array, integer followed by square brackets. In them you have comma. Okay, numbers equal to new int 4 comma 5. This is going to contain total 4 rows and 5 columns. You can find in this total 4 rows and 5 columns. Now here go with this, try to print console dot write line. Here write number of elements in new array is, here we take 0, then go here with the, and here write numbers dot length. So with the help of the length, we can find here how many elements are in this. So how much we have to get now? Here, this must be 20 because you have total 4 rows and 5 columns. Go here with this, then try to print. You should get 7, 7 and 20 here. Number of elements in new array is what? 20 this is. Because you have 4 rows and 5 columns. It prints in that manner. Now in the first dimension, how many? Let us print here that one. Okay, number of elements in new array, first dimension. Is, so get length we need to use here, get length function. With the help of that you can get, go with this and to take here get length, and inside this you can specify which dimension it is. So 0 we take. One more bracket we need to close here. Similarly in the second dimension, how many we try to find. Okay, we copy here this one and try to see next how many elements you have in this. This is array second dimension. It's not first, it is going to be here second dimension. Get length followed by here we give 1. So it should give us 4 and 5 for us. In the first dimension you should have 4. In the second dimension you have to have 5. So first dimension we always refer using 0 index, and second dimension 1. If you have third dimension you need to go with the 2 and so on. Very first dimension we can access using actually 0. Try to run this here and see the result. So what we are getting in this, number of elements in new array is 20. Okay, number of elements in new array first dimension is 4. Number of elements in new array second dimension is 5 here. So like this we are getting. But for this we don't have second dimension, you have only one dimension. But when you go with the numbers, you can have first dimension as well as second dimension. In the first dimension you have 4 rows. In the next dimension you have actually 5 elements. So total number of elements are going to be here 20. So you have 4 rows. In every row you have 5 elements. So therefore 4 into 5, how many you get? 20 you are going to get. So this is what exactly, this is an array. It's integer array. This can contain here total 20 elements. This is called as 2-dimensional, and the above one is here 1-dimensional. Okay, so using length, you can find how many elements are in that. Similarly, get length followed by when you give the dimension or rank. So when you give 0, first dimension value, when you give 1, you can get second dimension. When you give 2, you can get third dimension. When you have third dimension, when you don't have third dimension, that gives error. Okay, so like this, you can find here elements in each and every dimension. Next, what are the other things available? Let us see. numbers equal to here, sorry, numbers dot we take here, numbers dot followed by, you can actually clear or anything do we have, let us see in this. Okay, you have here anywhere do we have clear? Let us see. We don't have any clone we have, but we don't have any clear in this case. We don't have actually any clear in this case. You need to manually clear that. So let us go with lower bound as well as upper bound. What do we get? Let us see. So console dot write line. Here we go with this number of elements in new array second dimension. Okay, or we go here with the number of here we write lower boundary of new array first dimension is. So here we go with the number start. So here we go with the get lower boundary, get lower bound we have, followed by here we need to specify the dimension. Very first dimension we give here 0 we are giving. Similarly, here we go with the upper boundary, how much we get. Go here, then print number start, get upper bound. Here it is upper bound. We give the very first dimension. So what values we get? Let us see. This is what upper boundary. Okay, this upper boundary. Then here we run once again. What result we get? Let us check in this. It says actually lower boundary of new array first dimension is 0. Upper boundary of new array first dimension is 3 here. Okay, so the length is total how much? 4 for us. In the first dimension, how many rows you have? 4 rows. But with what index you can access? Very first element you can access with 0, next element with 1, then after that next element is with 2, then the last one you can access using actually 3 here. So it's printing for us this one as 3. Upper boundary is 3, lower boundary is going to be here what? 0. In the same manner, for the second dimension, what it is, let us see in this. Let us go and here try to get the like upper boundary. Okay, this is lower boundary of array second dimension. Second dimension, we take it, and here we need to give 1. Okay, this is again here also second dimension. We have to give 1 again. So here in this case, what value we can expect? It should be 0 and 4. In the first case, we have 0, 3, because total length is here 4. So very first element you can access using 0, second one with 1, third one with 2, fourth one with 3. So therefore, here lower boundary, sorry, upper boundary for the first dimension is here 4, 3, and lower boundary is 0. But when you go with the second dimension, total number of elements are how many? 5 for us. So therefore, the lower boundary is 0, and upper boundary, how much you have? 4 you get. Try to run this and see the result. How much we get here? 0 and 4 we get. We are getting it as 0 and 4. So like this, you can find actually the upper boundary as well as lower boundary. Upper boundary meaning is what here? The very first element from where you can access. And sorry, lower boundary, that is. Upper boundary means what? Very last element. Okay, with that number, we can access actually very last element in the given array. Okay, so this is what exactly the arrays are. And further, we can do this with the help of the for loop. You can retrieve values one by one with the help of the for loop here. So let us go here with the for loop and try to write this. I use here for loop. Okay, for loop syntax is something like this. It is going to be index based. For int index equal to 0, index less than, how much we have to take here in this? We can go with the num start. This first dimension, all that I am trying to do, length Okay, then this is here index plus plus. Like this we take and we try to print the values. Right, console dot write line. I want to print here all the numbers. Console dot write line. Then here we go with this and try to print the numbers. Okay, so here write 0 and this is what here 1 index. In between them we use 0 value at index. We go that way, then here try to print it. So what we have to use here, we need to go with the nums followed by here index. With this we can access followed by here index. Let us try to print values in that manner. Okay, start debugging here. It's printing for us value 3 at 0 index, value 6 at 1 index, value 8 is at 2 index, value 9 is at actually 3 index, value 2 at 4 index, value 6 at 5 index, value 0 at 5 index and 6 index. So total number of elements are how many? 7, starting at 0 and ending at actually 6 for us. So like this, here we are printing, we are iterating over the given array. Okay, so this we are using with the for loop. You can have different types of loops. While loop you can have, for loop you can have, do while loop you can have, but here we are using the for loop. Loop is nothing but actually you can execute the statements repeatedly. So using for loop we are executing here repeatedly the statements. Okay, for int index equal to 0, index less than num start length, then index plus plus. As long as index is less than 7 here. When you start at 0, very last element you can use with 6 only. So as long as the index is less than length, we iterate over it and we are trying to print the values. Okay, so what value you get here? 0, very first value 3 at 0, 6 at 1, 8 at 2, okay, 9 at 3, then here 2 at 4, okay, 6 at 5, 0 at 6, like that the values are getting printed. So this is exactly what it is actually iterating over the given array. Okay, there is a concept called LINQ, language integrated query. You have a concept called LINQ. It's called a language integrated query. So it is something similar to SQL query. Okay, but with in-memory data, you can actually query. Query meaning is what only reading. You don't actually add or you don't update anything. You don't do like that, just reading only data. Okay, so LINQ is called as language integrated query. With help of that also we can retrieve values here. So it has actually two different mechanisms. One is query syntax, other one is method syntax. One is query syntax, other one is method syntax. So using here query syntax, you can sort these things. Okay, similarly, you can query them. So let us try to first of all sort these things. Let me sort here. Normally query syntax is going to be something like this. Using where you can here, okay, write it as selected nums. Dynamically, you can create a variable, a dynamic variable. This is where selected nums equal to, here we go with the, like from, okay, num, in what we write nums, followed by here write select num. Like this we need to write. This is the syntax we use. Where selected nums equal to, okay, from num, from keyword, this is called as range variable. In, this is nothing but collection. Array is also nothing but collection. Then select num. With the help of this syntax, you are going to be selecting data, and this is called as your link query. Okay, so it is going to retrieve it. It's going to have actually the data dynamically. You are going to get this. Dynamically, you are going to get data. And here, what type of data is? Let us see. So here, go with this console dot write line. Then here, type of selected nums is, here we go with the 0, then try to print what type of data it is. Selected nums, then followed by dot, here it is get type. Okay, followed by here, we can use the name. With the help of that name, we can find here what type of data that is. what type of data it is, you can actually print it. And let us put a breakpoint and see how data it is getting selected. Keep a breakpoint here, then try to run this. It's getting stopped there when you press F10. Okay, it's called as debugging. What data you have in this, you can see. Click on the view. Then when you go with this, you can find the data 3689260. Like this, in whatever order of data is you are getting. Okay. So further, when you press F5 here, what happens? See result. It's going to get it as here. What type of selected nums is select array iterator. It's called as actually select array iterator. Okay, why it is printing like that? Okay, selected array iterator. It is giving that way the type of data for us. Type of selected nums is select array iterator. So we are iterating over the array and we are getting the data. In the case of array, you are getting in that manner. Now let us come to here, this array. Try to go with the sorting of this option, where selected nums equal to from num, in num select num. Before that, actually, you can go, yes. So here, order by num. Order by here, num, then write select num. So this time, you're going to have data in the sorted manner. Okay, so here when you see, I have removed that breakpoint. Because of that, it's not hitting. So go with this and try to again do with this. Start debugging. We got here the breakpoint. Then go to this point and try to see here data, whether this is sorted or not. We have in the sorted fashion now. 0, 2, 3, 6, 9, 6, 6, 8, 9. It is sorting and showing you data. So using link query, easily we can sort it. If there is no link kind of thing, sorting can become very, very difficult. Okay. So if there is no link mechanism, sorting can become difficult. Even you can go here with the descending. Order by num, then here write descending. Like this also, you can do this. And try to again run this. So this time what should happen? In the descending order, you should get data. Not in the ascending order, but this time you have to get in the descending order. So what happens here? Num is coming at the top. Earlier 0 was coming on the top, but now 9 is coming on the top. 9, 8, 6, 6, 3, 2, 0. So like this, we could actually here sort the numbers easily with the help of the link query here. If there is no link query, then it becomes very, very difficult for us. Okay, similarly, suppose you want to select only integers from this. You want to go with only integers. You don't want to select actually any other things, but you want to select only integers. In such cases, you can use a where clause. You can use your where clause, and with the help of that, you can use a where clause. With the help of that, you can do it. Where, what do you write here? Num percent. Okay, num percent 2 equal to 0. This can pick only even numbers. It will not pick actually odd numbers. This can pick only even numbers. So this time we are going to get only even numbers for this. Go with this, then try to start debugging in this. Again, we hit a breakpoint here. This time you are not going to find all the elements. 7 elements you don't get, only few elements you get. It's giving only 8, 6, 6, 2, 0. You have only 5 elements in this. Of the 7 elements, you have only 5 elements. Because it's getting sorted here. We have sorted as well as we are actually filtered here, where num percent 2 equal to 0 we have taken. Instead of num percent 2 equal to 0, if you go like this, okay, if you go with that, then if you run again, what will happen? See, it should have only 2 elements in that now. Press F10 and try to see here. You come to this point and try to see the data. You find only 2 elements. One is 9, other one is 3. So like this, you can be sorting the data. You can sort data, and even you can order them, order by and order by descending. Even you can filter data. Ultimately, you can select. So this is called as actually LINQ, language integrated query. So like actually in the to query database, we go with the select statement. But here, what we do, in the C# language, with the help of the linq, you can be querying the in-memory data. Whatever data you have in the in-memory, so that you can actually query with the help of the linq. This feature is called a language integrated query. So this is very, very important point. In the interviews, they ask you this question. One is what here you have a query syntax. Next thing is going to be method syntax. Method syntax is going to be very simple when compared with the query syntax. Here take var cell numbers. Okay, here this equal to what I write, nums dot. Okay, here nums we write here, nums dot followed by select. We write like this, but here you need to write some kind of function. N goes to here just n. Like this we write, and with the help of this, it can actually now find all the numbers. This is called as here anonymous function, and this is called as a lambda. N goes to n. So condition is what here, n goes to n, like this. So it's going to pick all the numbers in this case. Now see how this is going to work for us now. So we go with this, then here in the n cell numbers for data we have, let us see in this. Okay, so if you come here in the result view, what data this is here for us? Let us go with the data view. So here you can see with this data is available like this 3689260. So this is called as method syntax. So using method syntax, we could do this. Okay, we are doing with the method syntax in such cases. In the same way, once again, if you run here and go with other mechanisms, we have written select. This is called as method syntax, and this is called as query syntax. Remember, this is called as here query syntax. And this is what type of syntax? This is a method syntax. This is exactly method syntax. Query syntax and method syntax. So using this, you are getting data. Okay, you are selecting it. This is fine, but you want to sort it. Okay, you want to sort this. So go with the order by here, order by descending. Okay, and here inside this, you need to go again with the n goes to n. Like this, you need to put here. Okay, we need to write this as n. Okay, not required there. Order descending. Here in the descending order, we need to get the data. So just start going with this and see what result we get now in this. If you see here, if you go with the view and try to get the data, it is sorted now 9, 8, 6, 6, 3, 2, 0. So in what order it is actually sorting? In the descending order, you get this. When you go with the order descending. Okay, again, this time I want to go with the, here in this, I want to go with the ascending order. Okay, I want to go here with the ascending order. Therefore, I write this one as dot followed by here dot order. Okay, so just go with the order by here in this case, or just order. You can use just order. In that case also, this gets here ordered for us. So now we need to have this in which order? This should be actually in the ascending order, not in the descending, but in the ascending order we should have this. Okay, go with this, then try to start debugging. Let us again debug this. Press F10. Now here this time, if you go and see, it should start with 0. Very first element must be 0 here. Like this, we get here the data getting sorted. So the second one is called as method syntax. The first one is called as query syntax. This is called as query syntax, and this is called as method syntax. And this we are doing with the linq. linq stands for language integrated query. On the top, you have actually linq. Whenever you go with this, it is going to be here importing the library called linq using system.linq. Because of that, you could do that. Otherwise, you cannot do. And here you have so many extension methods. All these are called as actually extension methods. Okay, they are called as order is nothing but here it's extension method. You can see the symbol here. So the symbol is showing this one as a extension method. How to write extension method? See now in this. Okay, for integer arrays, I want to write a extension method, and that should be printing actually the data in that. Okay, I want to write a print data, so that I want to implement with the one-dimensional integer. Okay, let me write this here. For that purpose, I want to create a new class. The class name is public, then here static, okay, integer extensions. We go here with the integer extensions. This is a static class, and I need to have a class name here, public static class. So this is going to be here integer extensions. I want to define an extension for the array. Okay, then here write public, then string, public static, then here it is string, followed by here print string. The method name is going to be print string, and here this followed by here it is int array. Okay, write it as I array, like this I write. So for this I want to write here an extension method. This must be printing actually the members of the given array there. Okay, then here inside this, first of all, I go with a string variable, string str result. This is equal to, I write this one as string dot empty. I try to create here empty string. Now into this I want to assign the data. Okay, so write here str result equal to str result, we kept empty, that is fine. Then here I just want to iterate over the first array. Go here with the for loop, write here where x equal to 0, then x less than, I go here with the I array dot length, then write here x plus plus. X plus plus I take here, then I want to append to this here. Str result equal to, okay, here I'm going to write str result equal to, right here str result, then plus string dot format. I can format here in this string dot format. Then I go here with the 0 number. Then this is /n. Here I would like to go with the I array, followed by here it is x. Like this we add to the array in this. And here we are going to return what is exactly str result. Str result, and here it is, I must go with the I array dot length. Like this I want to iterate here. Okay, ultimately it should print actually the result for us. I'm writing here extension method. Right now, okay, before this before that actually I comment this, then we try to whether this method is available or not, we'll check first. Okay, so let us come to this piece of code here, then write here console dot write line. Okay, then here I go with the 0, then followed by we have here integer array, it is nums. Then dot, when we write, do we have anything like print? We don't have any such mechanism for us. There is no print available, so therefore we are not getting it now. If you go with the print, anything is it available for us? If you look at this, print string is not available. So now what we do, we just remove this. We come to this point and remove here this one. Then we try to see whether now this is available or not. Print string we are adding here. So now come to this point, then try to see here dot, go with the print string. Now this is available for us. It's available print string. Then with this we try to print it. Now let us run and see what data we get in this. So this is called as extension method. We have an extension method, with that we are printing it. Okay, we come to this point. Then here, if you come here, you are printing data, all data in this 3, 6, 8, 9, 2, 6, 0. Like this, all data is getting printed for us. All data is getting actually printed for us. So this is nothing but it is called as here extension method. Like this in the LINQ, you have so many extension methods. We are going to apply them automatically with the IEnumerable. Classes, whatever classes implement IEnumerable or IQueryable, they are going to be using it. What is IEnumerable? What is IQueryable? We see later on. They are nothing but interfaces. But right now we assume here. So the link queries, you can work only with the IEnumerable classes which implement IEnumerable or IQueryable interfaces. With that only you can use the LINQ queries, whether it is method syntax or whether it is actually query syntax, you can use with them. This is what here, this is a query syntax. In the query syntax, what we do, we use from followed by range variable, then followed by in, and this is nothing but collections here. Then we have a where clause where num% not equal to 0. Then order by means what? In the ascending order you put. Order by descending, num descending when you write there, it's going to be the descending order. In the bottom, we are doing the descending order, and here it is in the ascending order. So like this, we can be using here the LINQ queries. LINQ stands for language integrated query. So you can work, they can work with actually well with the whatever classes they implement actually IEnumerable interface, with them you can use. Okay, so here we are using in that manner. This is called as lambda. You need to note down these points when I say what is lambda in the C#. You need to find out that lambda, this is called as lambda. It is called as your anonymous function. And this is also called as actually fat arrow function. It's called as fat arrow function. Here n goes to n, that much only we have written. This symbol says goes to, n goes to n. Okay, so here also we say n goes to n. Like this we are actually printing in this manner here. Okay, so this is what exactly the array. It is one-dimensional array. Here the next one is what? Two-dimensional array. Let us try to print here a two-dimensional array, how it prints. Okay, how it is going to print here? See. So print string we are going to override with a two-dimensional array now. We are going to write here a two-dimensional array. Once again, we are going to define here a two-dimensional array. This is for the, okay, so this is for what purpose? We are going to write it for, right? This is okay. And here you need to go with a comma in between them. In between them, we go here with a comma. Okay, then here we have to go with the another for loop. Right here for where y equal to 0. This is what nesting of actually for loop. Right here, y less than. Here you need to go with the get length, not actually length here, dot get length. Okay, followed by here, this is the first dimension. Then this is going to be array dot get length. This is going to be second dimension here. It's going to be second dimension. We go here with the 1. Then after that, here we go with the y plus plus. And here we are going to be appending x comma y. Like this, we are trying to print the value here in this. Okay, but slash n we are not going to use here every time. Whenever you come out from the loop, in such case, we need to go here with the array here. Okay, so come to this point, we extra bracket we put, then str result equal to, here we put this one as, okay, str result equal to str result plus, followed by slash n we put here. So it is outside the, inner for loop. It's outside the inner for loop. Then followed by we go here with a tab like this. Slash t we use, with that we have elements. Like this we are writing, this should work with the, another array. Okay, another array, but if you take actually the second array, there is no data in that. And you try to print the second array as well. So here we take this, okay, then try to print here. This is what exactly the second one is, for second array is what exactly? Second array what we declared here is, it is numbers. Okay, we try to print this one as here numbers. What result we get? See in this. Numbers dot print string, when we do, everything must be zeros in that. As per my idea, they have to be all zeros in that, or they have to keep some error for us. Okay, if you come down here, all are zeros only in this. Whenever you declare, when you don't assign any value, automatically it's going to be taking here a zero value. So all these are nothing but here zeros. Everything is like zero here in this. Okay, instead of entering manually, let us try to assign some values for them. Okay, dynamically, let us try to assign using random here. Random followed by here object R&D. This is equal to here new random. We create here a new random object. Okay, we create here a new random object. Then here one more method. Okay, we can write and we can assign values. What we do in this case, we actually assign values. Static, this is going to be here, it is void assign values. Okay, assign random values. And here it is IArray we are taking. Okay, then here we can go with the int min, then similarly int max. One more we can take the maximum value and minimum value we can take in such cases. So here write this way. We have to create random object not there, but here we need to create. We need to create here the random object not in that area. So we have to create here the random object. In this method, we need to create it. We create here some random object. Then let us try to assign the value here. Instead of printing here, we need to assign here in this. Just go with this, then try to assign here a value. Okay, so the array is this one. Here we go with the IArray, not entire thing here. Okay, IArray of, you go with the x comma y equal to here object R&D dot next. We give here min val comma max plus 1. Like this, we take up to that maximum number we can have in that. Now here we need to assign the random values. Where do we assign? To the given function we try to assign this. Okay, so here print string, before print string we need to assign first of all. So here go with the numbers dot followed by numbers dot followed by here assign random values. We have written a new method random values. You need to go here with the minimum value as well as maximum value. What is the minimum value? 10 I'm taking here. Then maximum value is going to be here 99. Okay, I can take like this. So this should print actually for us a 2, like it should print an array with the data from 10 to 99. So start debugging and print here. So what it says, no, where is the error for us? Extra bracket I think has come. Okay, now no issues found. Start debugging. Then here we press F5 and try to see the data. It's printing for us 54, then 88, 67, 25, 48. Like this, it's picking actually random values for us. Okay, suppose here we don't have. Okay, suppose we don't have here that assignment value. We are assigning random value. In such case, what happens? It's going to print only zeros. You're going to get only zeros in such cases. You can see here, everything is 0. Okay, that means what? Array is initialized zeros. But when you stop here, okay, when you assign values, in such case, what happens? You're going to get actually with those values. We are assigning here random values using this extension method. Assign random values. With the help of that, we are assigning data to the integer. And this is nothing but extension array here. Extension method we have written for the given integer array. That is also two-dimensional array. Now you can see here results 46, 72, 62. Like this, you are getting data here. Okay, so like this, we can work with the arrays. Okay, so tomorrow we continue with the another type of array that is called as variable length array. The second dimension is going to be containing variable number of elements. Here it is fixed. Every row contains only 5 values. But when you go with the like variable length array, that is going to be changing. In the second dimension, they are going to be either 4 or 3 or 5 or 6. So that is going to be changing. It's called as actually variable length arrays. Tomorrow we look into that particular thing. Meanwhile, if possible, try to explore about the LINQ method syntax as well as query syntax.
Okay.
In